Welcome to the Athlete's Agenda. I'm your host, Noah Colteball, and today I'm excited to be joined by Evie Pryor. So, Evie, for those who might not know who you are, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Evie Pryor. I go to Ashland University and I play on the women's tennis team here. I also am a part of AU College Republicans where I'm the president. I'm also part of the Ashbrook and Honors program as well.
So, when did you realize tennis became more than just a hobby?
So I'm actually, fun fact, a third generation tennis player.
Wow.
So my mom played as well as my grandma. Mom actually played at Walsh. So go Eagles. But she kind of gave me the drive to kind of want to do that. So I always was a softball player though. It was like tennis was always like my backup sport. And then I got into the rhythm and realizing that I had a talent. And so I just decided to stick with it. And the rest is history. So.
I'm assuming your family's been a big influence early in your career then?
Yes. My mom has been like the biggest support system for me, and like my dad is my best friend. So it was so easy to like succeed so early in life because I had like a great support system behind me. So
That's really good. I mean, it's always important to have that support system, have those people that are really going to back you up, which is always great.
yes.
When did you realize, I guess, what stands out to you the most at the college tennis level?
Yeah, so what a lot of people probably don't realize is college tennis is actually something that's completely different from like when we're getting recruited as kids and you're playing like the travel league. We have our USTA. There's very, very strict rules on what you can and can't do when you're competing. So in tournaments, you actually can't speak to anybody outside of the court. You're not allowed to get coaching, which is something that's very, very different from a lot of other sports. You're also not allowed to speak in other languages while on the premises, or you have the chance of getting disqualified. And you can't talk to the person that you're playing or anything. There's very, very strict rules. And then even in the pro level, as people will see, like you kind of get this little bit of banter back and forth between players, but it's nothing like the college level. At the college level, if anybody hasn't come to a match before, you go, everybody's screaming in every single language possible. Like my best friends that are on the team are all from different countries. And we literally are, it's the most competitive atmosphere. Like some of my sorority sisters came and they were like, oh my gosh, you guys actually like yell and like this is a sport. And a lot of people will think tennis is really quiet and it's just this quaint little thing. But in college, I think the thing that most stands out is the competitive nature is just off the charts. So
Wow, I personally, I didn't even know about tennis,
mhm.
how extreme it could get like that. That sounds really fun. So tennis can be such a mental game. How do
Yes.
you really prepare for that stepping onto the court?
Yeah, so honestly, in full-fledged honesty here, I used to be a hothead in high school. So meaning I may have smashed a few rackets in my past time. But what people don't realize is that like tennis is so many steps more than what other people would expect. Meaning it's only you out there and we don't get subs. We once if you start playing bad, that's it, and you have to work your way up from there. Nobody can replace you. Even in doubles when you're working in a partnership, I mean, it's only you. You're guarding one side of the court. It's all you. So I think the mental turmoil is something that a lot of players still to this day, even at the college level, struggle to figure out. Even the pros, I mean, you see they have a whole fining system for smashing rackets, language, all these different things, and being able to kind of work around that and kind of being able to reset yourself within yourself. Like something I do personally is anytime I feel stressed out or feel as if I'm not playing well, I'll go to the back of the net or to the back of the fence and I'll tap my racket twice. So I breathe in on the first tap and breathe out on the second tap. And it's just kind of something that sets me. And I realize I don't need to be the happiest person and pretend like I'm happy. I don't need to be the most angry person and hit like and hit crazy. But I can actually just reset, be serious, and know what my job is.
I think
So
that's very important. Just have that way to almost calm yourself down, to always
exactly.
realize who you are on that court and just
Agreed.
have like a greater sense of you as a player, which I think that's really great to have.
Yes.
So far this season, have you had a favorite match, or there's maybe a match so far later on in the season that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so tennis in college is actually like our main season is in the spring. So right now we're in our prep season. So we're playing in the fall. So we have around 4 or 5 matches that we play. And then we also have an invitational coming up this next weekend. And so I think the match that I'm looking forward to most is the invitational. Actually, since I've been at Ashland, we haven't been able to host an invitational based on just, you know,
Hmm.
the way things are. And so I'm kind of excited to see all four of these teams being able to compete. And honestly, I mean, the season has been challenging for tennis. Like it full fledged. It just has been, and it's kind of an adjustment coming back from summer, being able to be on your best game right when you get here. So I think fall season for us is just that really set up time to really perform the GMAX in the spring. So yeah.
That's perfect. So as a college student, it can be tough just balancing classes, practicing, just traveling for matches. Do you have any way you just try to manage that?
Yeah, so I take student athlete to like the most extent of the word as possible. I'm actually a pre-law student here, so my major is political science, and I have a minor in sociology, and so I have a lot of work that I have to do. And fun fact, I'm actually graduating in 3 years because I made sure to prioritize being a student and student athlete. And so I would say the best tip I have for people, or kind of how I manage it, is realizing your purpose. And so I know for me, like everything that I do is based off of what God's purpose is for me. And so I always just make sure to remind myself when I'm down and something may not be going the way I want to, there's a reason I'm going through it. So if I'm having trouble with tennis, I just always go back to my Bible and I just read and I just make sure that I know that everything's happening for a reason, because I believe there's a plan set for me. So I think being able to have that grounded nature in like the true God man himself, it really just helps me stay focused on what's actually important. So.
That's very great. I really appreciate that. You're just being honest with just the different ways you're able to manage it all.
Yes.
What's one challenge you think people might not realize that tennis players face?
I think what is kind of hard to understand is in the United States of America, if most of y'all don't know, tennis is not the top sport. I mean, my dad played football in college. That's how my parents met. They were athletes. And I know how important football, basketball, baseball, all these big American sports are. I think what's hard is tennis doesn't always get the credit that it deserves. And mind you, I'm biased. It's my sport. It's going to be the hardest thing I do every day. And I honestly would just say it's kind of hard to be able to explain to people what we really do, and the physical and mental turmoil that we have to go through every single day is very hard. And especially, like I said, my internationals that I live with and I love so much, I mean, they're having to adjust from being in a completely different country and doing something that they love, and it's the reason they're here, and it's a lot of stress. So I think just what's something that's really hard is the fact that people can be very critical of a sport that they don't know much about, even though it's one of the top 3 sports in the entire world. So that's what I would say.
I love your honesty. So, how do you think tennis has shaped you both on and off the court as a person?
I think honestly, like we talked about, like mentally being prepared and knowing, your strengths as a person. I think when I was a kid, it was something that was really, really hard for me. I'm a perfectionist, so it was really hard for me to just kind of do my thing. And so I think tennis has kind of taught me to be confident in myself, to be confident in my Lord and Savior, to like always be pushing me through. And honestly, I think that it's something that has shown me how far my body can go, and the gifts that God has given me so naturally, that it just kind of makes me feel like there's a reason I'm playing in college. There's a reason I'm doing what I'm doing. And so that's what I would say, honestly.
It's really great to hear. So, what personal goals have you set for yourself this season? And then, what goals have you set for yourself as a team?
Yeah, so honestly, this season, since it's my senior year at this rate, like I'm trying to live in every single moment possible, because at this point, I've done everything in my power to be as best as I can possibly be. And even if that doesn't end in a championship like we all want it to, I just want to make sure I come out of this season knowing that I did everything in my power to be the best version I can possibly be myself. And if I have challenges, that I'm working through God with those and making sure to give all to Him. And so for me, I just want to make sure that I'm living every moment to the fullest extent possible. And I would say, honestly, for the team, we've never been able to really get over that edge of being one of those top GMAC teams, or even a top team in general, because we all work so hard and we're all such big perfectionists. It's just that one step over to be, that great team that we know we can be. So I think honestly, being able to take a leadership role and make sure that like every one of these girls know that like it's our time. I mean, there's 4 seniors of us graduating at least. And I mean, if you guys don't know, we only have 8 or 9 girls on the team. Like we have a small team. So you think about, you get a roster of track athletes or football, it's about 150,
Yeah, it's
180
a
people.
lot.
Like, 4 people changes a huge roster. That's half a team. So being able to live in the moment and actually perform to our highest extent for the last time we're going to be able to compete competitively like this, I think that's honestly the goal for all of us. So.
Especially with this possibly being your last season, how do you think, or what are your expectations for the rest of the season? And are there any experiences that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so I think GMAX is always a big thing for us. Like, if you guys don't know, like, the GMAC includes a ton of different teams throughout Michigan, Ohio, in this area, and they're all very competitive in tennis, which a lot of people don't realize. Like, they do insane levels of recruiting, and I mean, they're tough teams to beat. So I think going through the first step of spring season, we actually play a lot of D1 teams. We set ourselves up. We play people that we know we're supposed to be striving to beat, and it's going to be much harder than a team that you just randomly put on a schedule. And so, honestly, I would say that I'm kind of looking forward to being able to prepare well with the D1s and move into the season and be ready to absolutely crush the GMAX.
That's wonderful. I appreciate you just taking this time to
Yeah.
with me, and I just want to say thank you so much for today.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck the rest of the
Thank you,
season.
Noah. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.